Welcome to Love Lux Amore, where we talk about self-development and fulfilling our dreams. In this video, we will be discussing reinventing yourself in your 30s with a vision board, starting over, making better decisions, and putting yourself first in your 30s. Reinventing yourself in your 30s can feel like a fresh start, a chance to align your life with who you truly are today. Maybe you've spent your 20s chasing goals that no longer resonate with you, or perhaps you've hit some roadblocks that have left you feeling stuck. Whatever the case, your 30s offer a unique opportunity to step into a version of yourself that is wiser, more intentional, and better equipped to navigate life's challenges. In this video, we're diving into how you can start over, make better decisions, and, most importantly, put yourself first with the help of a vision board. Vision boards aren't just for dreamers, they're tools for creating clarity, maintaining focus, and turning your desires into reality. When you're intentional about what you put on your vision board, you're setting the stage for a life that feels more authentic and fulfilling. Before we get started, I want to quickly mention that if you're serious about using a vision board to transform your life but aren't sure where to begin, I offer several solutions, such as vision board analyses and goal breakdown services. I can help you refine your vision and break down your big dreams into smaller, actionable steps. Be sure to check out loveluxamore.com below for more details. And if you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and it means the world to us. Reinventing yourself, why your 30s are the perfect time. Your 30s are often viewed as a decade of stability, but for many people, they represent a turning point. If your 20s were all about figuring things out, experimenting with different jobs, relationships, and lifestyles, your 30s are the time to take those lessons and apply them with more purpose. In your 20s, you're often dealing with uncertainty. You might change jobs multiple times, move to different cities, or struggle to find your footing. It's a time of exploration, and while it's exciting, it can also be exhausting. By the time you hit your 30s, you've had a chance to learn from your experiences. You know what works for you and what doesn't. This newfound clarity makes it the perfect time to focus on personal growth and start making decisions that align with your long-term goals. For example, think about how you approached your career in your 20s. Maybe you took the first job offer that came your way because you were eager to start working. In your 30s, you're likely more selective. You've learned to value work-life balance and may now prioritize finding a job that aligns with your passions or allows for flexibility. A vision board can help you. Visualize this transition by including images or words that represent a fulfilling career, personal growth, and financial stability. How your 30s are different from your 20s. One of the most noticeable differences between your 30s and your 20s is the shift in priorities. In your 20s, it's common to focus on building your career, expanding your social circle, and experiencing as much of life as possible. You might take more risks and live more spontaneously. In contrast, your 30s often come with a deeper understanding of yourself. You've likely made some mistakes, learned from them, and are more mindful of the decisions you make. You're no longer as interested in impressing others or keeping up with external expectations. Instead, you focus on creating a life that feels right for you. Let's look at a couple of examples. In your 20s, you might prioritize socializing over rest, staying out late, and burning the candle at both ends. By your 30s, you might recognize the value of a good night's sleep and self-care, making decisions that nurture your well-being rather than drain you. In your 20s, you might be tempted to say yes to everything, new jobs, social events, or relationships, because of the fear of missing out. In your 30s, you're more likely to say no to things that don't align with your values, learning the importance of setting boundaries to protect your energy and focus. This evolution is not about slowing down or settling, it's about becoming more intentional and deliberate in the choices you make. Using a vision board to reflect that shift helps you stay on track. We can't get time back, making the most of your 30s. One of the most powerful realizations in your 30s is understanding that time is finite. You can't get it back. The carefree days of youth might feel like they lasted forever, but now you recognize that time is precious, and each moment should be used wisely. You begin to realize that we don't live forever. The choices you make now will determine how the rest of your life unfolds. This isn't meant to instill fear, but rather a sense of urgency and focus. Your 30s are a reminder that while you still have many years ahead, those years won't last forever. Your health won't always be the same, and the energy you have today may not be there later. This is why it's so important to invest in your health, your happiness, and your future now. You have the opportunity to make decisions that your future self will thank you for. Health isn't guaranteed forever, why it's crucial to start today. Another key aspect of reinventing yourself in your 30s is recognizing that your health is not guaranteed forever. In your 20s, it might have been easy to bounce back from a late night or to brush off poor eating habits. But as you age, the impact of neglecting your health becomes more apparent. Your 30s are a wake-up call to take your health seriously. Whether it's incorporating more movement into your daily routine, making healthier food choices, or finding ways to manage stress, now is the time to prioritize your well-being. You may not always have the same physical capabilities you do now, so it's important to build healthy habits that will serve you in the long run. A vision board can be a powerful tool for reminding you of your health goals. Include images that represent physical activity, balanced meals, or relaxation techniques that resonate with you. By keeping these visuals front and center, you'll be more likely to make choices that support your long-term health. Examples of everyday people who reinvented themselves in their 30s. Now, I want to share some examples of everyday people who faced difficulties in their 20s but used their 30s to completely change their lives. These are real, relatable stories that show how powerful this decade can be for transformation. 1. Sarah's story. In her 20s, Sarah struggled with career indecision. She bounced between jobs, unsure of what truly made her happy. She spent years working in an office job she hated, just because she felt it was the responsible thing to do. By her early 30s, she took a bold step. She quit her corporate job and went back to school to pursue her passion for teaching. Today, she's a successful educator who finally feels like she's living her purpose. 2. Mike's story. Mike spent most of his 20s stuck in a cycle of poor relationships and unhealthy habits. He was overworked and unhappy, but he didn't know how to make changes. After a difficult breakup in his early 30s, he decided to focus on his personal growth. He started going to therapy, cleaned up his diet, and prioritized fitness. Now, at 35, he's in the best shape of his life, mentally and physically, and has a solid foundation for future relationships. These stories remind us that your 30s are not too late to change your life trajectory. In fact, it's often the best time to take stock of where you are and make the decisions necessary to lead a more fulfilling life. A vision board can help guide that process by giving you a visual representation of your goals, making them feel more tangible and achievable. If you still want marriage, kids, and/or career success, there's still time. For those of you watching who feel like you've missed the boat on big life milestones like marriage, kids, or a career, I'm here to tell you, there's still time. Your 30s are not too late to start a family, switch careers, or find love. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking these things have to happen by a certain age, but life doesn't follow a linear path. If you've noticed patterns in your life, maybe you've been ignoring red flags in relationships, or you haven't been as proactive in your career, it's okay. Recognizing these patterns is the first step in changing them. Take a moment to reflect on how you've played a part in how certain things didn't turn out the way you expected. Did you settle for less because of fear or self-doubt? Did you ignore your intuition when it was trying to guide you? The beauty of your 30s is that you can use the lessons from your 20s to make smarter, more informed decisions. Maybe you learn to listen to your instincts more, to not settle for relationships that drain you, or to take calculated risks in your career that align with your passions. A vision board can help you map out what these next steps look like. If marriage and kids are still part of your dream, include images that represent those desires. If you want to advance in your career, find images or quotes that inspire you to stay focused and take bold steps forward. Addressing the misconception, you're old in your 30s. There's a pervasive myth out there that once you hit your 30s, you're somehow past your prime or too old to make significant changes. This couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, your 30s are often just the beginning of a new chapter, filled with growth, opportunity, and fulfillment. Think about it, if you live to be 80 or 90, your 30s represent only a small fraction of your life. You still have decades ahead of you to evolve, learn, and thrive. And the wisdom you've gained from your 20s puts you in a stronger position to make better decisions moving forward. Consider people like Julia Child, who didn't learn how to cook until she was in her late 30s, and didn't publish her first cookbook until she was nearly 50. Or Vera Wang, who didn't start designing wedding gowns until she was 40. These women prove that age is just a number when it comes to pursuing your dreams and achieving success. Creating a vision board for this chapter of your life can help you see that there's still so much potential ahead. It can remind you that reinvention and growth don't stop at 30, in fact, they might just be getting started. Sometimes life doesn't turn out the way you planned, and that's okay. Let's face it, life doesn't always go according to plan. Maybe you envisioned being married with kids by now, or you thought you'd be farther along in your career. Or maybe you've faced unexpected challenges, like a divorce, job loss, or health issues that have thrown you off course. It's important to realize that just because things haven't turned out the way you imagined doesn't mean you've failed or that it's too late to change direction. In fact, sometimes those detours lead to better, more fulfilling paths. The key is being open to change and willing to adapt when life throws you curveballs. A vision board can help you redefine success on your terms. For example, if marriage and kids were part of your original vision but haven't materialized, maybe your vision board shifts to include images of personal fulfillment, independence, or a strong support system of friends and chosen family. If your career didn't pan out the way you expected, maybe your board reflects a new direction, whether it's entrepreneurship, creative pursuits, or simply finding a job that brings you joy. How a vision board can help you make better decisions and succeed. So, how exactly does a vision board help you make better decisions and move towards success, especially if life hasn't gone according to plan? It's all about focus and intention. When you create a vision board, you're not just slapping pictures on a piece of paper. You're setting intentions for your future. You're taking the time to reflect on what you really want, whether it's success in your career, a stronger sense of self, or deeper relationships, and putting it front and center where you can see it every day. For example, let's say you've been feeling stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you. By creating a vision board that highlights the kind of work you'd love to be doing, whether it's starting your own business or switching industries, you're giving yourself a daily reminder of what's possible. That vision will start to influence the decisions you make, from applying to new jobs to networking with people in the field you're interested in. Your vision board helps you stay aligned with your goals, even when life gets busy or overwhelming. It serves as a gentle nudge, reminding you of the bigger picture, and keeps you on track when distractions arise. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope you're feeling empowered to start reinventing yourself with the help of a vision board. If you're ready to take your vision board to the next level and turn your dreams into actionable steps, don't forget to check out my vision board analysis and goals breakdown services. Together, we'll make sure you're setting the right intentions, and you'll get some amazing digital bonuses to keep you motivated along the way. Visit loveluxeamore.com for more information. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more content on personal growth and self-development. Here's to reinventing yourself in your 30s and beyond. There's so much more ahead of you than behind you.